First award we have, Alex, I'll read the award and the nominees, and then we'll each give our opinion, but the official winner is going to be the one from the Patreon.
Okay.
So the first one in our TNG Season 3 awards, Best Guest Appearance. Now, this was focused on one-off guest appearances, not something like Q or Guinan, just one-off.
Okay.
And the nominees that were solely chosen by me: Denise Crosby, Tasha Yar; Haley Todd as Lal; James Sloyan as Jarok from The Defector; Mark Leonard, Sarek; and Tony Todd as Kern. I do want to give a shout-out, too, to Barkley. Broccoli. He just missed. He was number 6, but I had to put Tony Todd in there. So what would your opinion be of those? Don't reveal who they chose yet. But
let me see the list. Wow, I'm surprised. James Sloyan, Jarok. I just, for him to be a Romulan and give one of the best performances, alongside Picard in a scene, and great scenes with Data, great scenes with Worf, and just like, because most Romulans, especially like from the enemy, like they're just such pieces of garbage the entire time. But this guy was so charming and witty and different, and like to see that side of a Romulan since like probably Mark Leonard in this episode right here. It was so refreshing. Like Tony Todd, but I don't think he took the cake for it. Like he was fine. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jarok.
Yeah, I think it's close. It's so hard not to give it to Mark Leonard though. Like, but at the same time, I don't want to discount anything. We obviously loved it, but like it's Sarek. It's like
I don't want to vote for Sarek just because it's Mark Leonard.
Yeah.
It's the Defector struck more with me.
Yeah, I have to go Haley Todd with Lal. I mean,
you have to.
Yeah, I have to. Literally her performance. I mean, I don't want to take it away from Brent Spiner. He was amazing too, but literally her performance. Only thing in Star Trek thus far that has made me shed a tear on camera. I cry all the time afterwards, but that's when I'm reading comments. I got to go with Haley Todd for Lal.
Okay.
But I'll give the list one more time here in case you missed it. This was best guest appearance, one-off guest appearance for the season. It was Denise Crosby as Tasha Yar, Haley Todd as Lal, James Sloyan as Jarok, Mark Leonard, Sarek, and Tony Todd as Kern. The runaway winner, the official award winner chosen by the patrons, with over 50% of the vote, was Mark Leonard as Sarek. I don't think that's a big shocker. I thought maybe Denise Crosby or Haley Todd would have a bigger shot, but no, Mark Leonard ran away with it, and it's hard to disagree.
I mean, I get it. I do get it. It was great to see Mark Leonard as Sarek, and it's tough to see him deteriorate as an old man. I just feel like Picard's performance was better as him. I mean, let me rephrase that, but like Picard getting Sarek's emotion out was great, but I just feel like I don't know. The Defector was so good. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough category. They all are. That's the thing.
And I don't want to like not mention Denise Crosby either, because I thought Denise Crosby did great.
Oh, yeah.
She stepped right back in like nothing happened, and like her redemption arc at the end with Shooter McGavin. Just if I could give you all participation trophies, I would.
Yeah, that first award. I mean, it was a tough category because I mean, so many great ones didn't even make the list. We already mentioned Broccoli. The Shooter McGavin from yesterday's Enterprise didn't make the list. There was a lot of them. Of course, now I draw a blank right as I want to say it.
Dr. Stubbs.
Oh, he's on here eventually. Don't worry. Up next, though, we have the TNG Season 3 awards. Best TA reaction moment. So we have awards for us in here as well. A little chance for our audience to roast us or praise us.
Oh, perfect.
I'm sure you can guess which way they went.
What do you have? What's on here?
So this is for our personal best reaction moment this season. Of course, the ending to Best of Both Worlds, the to-be-continued ending, was nominated. Dr. Beverly Crusher returns. That was the very first episode of the season. Didn't like the episode, but that's a huge pop, obviously. Mm-hmm. Lal's death, resulting in me crying for the first time ever. The Sins of the Father ending. This one's kind of a combo. It's both us having chills and you go, with the
and on the fucking seat, yeah.
But then me also, I love me afterwards. Are they gone yet? Make myself crack up. And finally, Tasha Yar returns. The pop for Tasha Yar returning.
Mm-hmm. So we got to vote for ourselves here, huh?
Yeah, so I'll go first. This is obviously just personal. We're talking about ourselves. We love to do that. You guys always make it about yourselves, not the show. I gotta go Sins of the Father ending. I mean, I just love. First of all, you had a great reaction to that, and then I just still laugh at that. Just like the idea of them in the circle. Are they gone?
Even though the one's like seen him walk out the door, they can go, okay, they're gone.
Yeah, like the looking that way. Like, let's say that guy's name. This wouldn't be a Klingon name. His name is just like David or something. Just like, David, are they gone? Huh? I wasn't paying attention, sir. What would you go with? Here's the nominees.
One I always go back to is Tasha Yar returning, because that's like one of the biggest shocks ever. Like genuine shock moment. We're like, oh, it's like, now don't get me wrong, I was super happy with the ending of Sins of the Father, but I've rewatched our reaction to Tasha Yar returning multiple times, so I got to go with that.
And the official winner, they agree with you, Alex. Tasha Yar Returns was voted the best target audience reaction mode of the season. 61% of the vote. That ran away with it. I was surprised Best of Both Worlds, it came in second, but only got 19%. I was surprised it wasn't closer. That was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Tasha Yar, that's a huge moment. It was huge.
And also, like, I knew, season 3, the finale had so much hype that I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew something was going to happen. Tasha, I never expected. And they did it so well with the...
Oh, the camera work was amazing.
The boom, 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 and then just over his shoulder.
Yeah.
What a boss. I think we'll talk about directors here later. That's one of the categories. But, yeah, that's great. And then the last one for now, before we get into the season 3 tier list. This is season 3, the Fire Pen Award. This is for the best writing scene of the season, the best dialogue for the season.
Ooh.
The Fire Pen Award. So these are the nominees. Data in Law in The Offspring. I wish I could feel it too. I'll feel it for both of us. Thank you for my life.
Okay.
And then also I would even put in there too the Turbo Lift scene where he's trying to explain to her about being different. Even though I don't understand humor, I've somehow mastered it. Great writing for Law. Data and Riker in the bonding, the 10 forward scene about why don't we feel for people who died that we don't know like we do people who we know. And Riker says, if we did, the world would be a lot less bloody. That's a great one. If I limited this to one per episode, the bonding would have had all nominations.
It's like, okay, you got to spread it out a little bit. That makes sense.
We got Jirac and Picard and the Defector. Their discussion about everything that's going on with Jirac and his daughter, and what you guys can let us know what he says about his daughter, where he's like, she'll grow up thinking I'm a traitor, but at least she'll grow up.
But she'll live.
Woo! I just got chills, dude. Ooh!
Get that Dwayne Johnson. Get that Rock.
There's two more. We got Q and Data and Deja Q. They had their good stuff there, and also kind of an honorable mention. But I went with Q and Data instead because of Data's line where he's like, "Oh, funny, like you're a human and it's you don't like it, but that's what I aspire to be." The back and forth. But
yeah,
Q also has a great scene with Picard there in that episode too. And then finally, Worf and Picard in The Enemy about him donating the blood to the Romulan.
You really want me to choose one of these, bro?
It's tough, but I went first last time, so you got to pick.
Let me take a look at this. Oh God,
man, my goosebumps are still there, man. We love the writing.
God, I just love that good writing. Let me tell you.
And again, while I was just picking, this is open to all patrons, and the votes are still open. There's 6 more awards here that we're going to go over tonight after this. So if you want to, last chance here to vote and influence it. There's some of them that are close.
I go to J-Rock and Picard. J-Rock, you want give it up once.
Give it up one time.
Give it up one time, baby. That's a joke that none of people
how many
get.
people watching get this? Is Kyle watching?
J-Rock and Picard. That conversation between those two was just amazing.
Yeah, this is not the popular choice. And actually, now that I've done it and seen how little votes it got, maybe there was a better scene in the bonding I could have picked. But I do kind of want to go with Data and Riker. I think that scene is overlooked. I mean, it's insane. Like,
it's amazing.
It's such a good point, about death, and it kind of encapsulates that whole episode. Stuff with Worf and the kid Jeremy was good, but I think Data and Riker, but also too in that episode. We'll talk about it in the tier list.
We're going to talk about the bonding.
Yeah, obviously I got to have Data and Law up there as well, but. talking about limiting it to one per episode, but still, Data's on here 3 times. That goes to show you something, dude. He's the best.
The guy with no emotion.
Yeah.
Shoot him!
The patrons, this was a surprise. This was an upset. 49% of the patrons went with Data and Law in The Offspring.
Okay.
No surprise. It made me cry. I get it. But I thought Jarek and Picard would have ran away with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just hate children, so that's why. No, yeah. I just wish I got to that level watching that episode, but I just didn't get there. It sucks when I want to get there, but I just don't.
Best target audience running bit of season 3. These are the nominees for the best running bit this season. We have Dr. Stubbs.
Okay.
Hating Technobabble.
Ooh.
Oh no, the plot. All the bits we have for the patron takes, including the lore, damn it, Goss, and Alan. Alan, where you at, buddy? You need to put more patron takes. I gotta use that clip more. And last but not least, shoot him!
Oh, my answer is obviously, shoot him!
Shoot him! A more recent one, but it's gonna be with us forever, I think. I'm definitely gonna go with oh no, the plot, and that's what the patrons went with as well.
That was my second choice, but I'm always gonna bring up, I'm always gonna bring up shoot him, anytime I can.
All right, and then up next, we're going to just get it out of the way, another TA award. This one, Season 3, the Target Audience Perspective Award. This is for the episode in which the target audience, us two, changed our fans' perspective the most. Made them like an episode they didn't care for, hate an episode they liked. These were the nominees. Basically, the 5 episodes where our opinions differed the most from the fans, and I skewed it towards a positive way, so us liking it more.
Okay.
Allegiance, The Bonding, A Matter of Perspective, The Offspring, Transfigurations. Now, we can't really vote on this one, Alex, because this is what changed their perspective more. But do you have a prediction?
I'm hoping The Bonding. But
You would be correct. The Bonding was the far away the winner of what episode we changed their perspective on the most. So.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And then Best Director this season for an episode. Now, this isn't overall for all the episodes they did this season. This is for individual episodes. So, these are the nominees. Cliff Bowl for A Matter of Perspective.
Okay.
A lot of great shots in there. The reveal in the holodeck, them going around the holograms of themselves.
Right.
David Carson for Yesterday's Enterprise. Obviously a very cinematic episode. A lot of great shots. The Tasha reveal.
Right.
Les Landau for Sarek. A lot of good shots in Sarek as well.
Yeah.
Robert Shearer for The Defector. Some great direction in The Defector. One shot that comes to mind is when they're realizing that the plan was a ruse by the Romulans and it kind of circles around the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
And then good old faithful Winrick Colby for The Bonding. A lot of those tight close-up shots on people.
Yeah, the blue room.
The blue room with Worf. I myself, I know that, not everyone agrees. I'm going to go with Cliff Bowl with A Matter of Perspective. I think one of the reasons that episode is so great is because of the direction. That's a big part of it for me. A lot of the fun with the holograms and the behind-the-back shots and everything that made it so unique. And I love the holodeck reveal at the end after it blows up. What would you say? These are the nominees.
That's tough. I don't know. I'm really feeling David Carson with Yesterday's Enterprise with that amazing shot of the switch between Worf and Tasha, and him directing the cast to act a different way in the lighting and all of that, and this whole new crew, making me care about Shooter McGavin as a likable babyface. Marriage Perspective is great. I love the camera work in that too, and all the characters having to give like 3 or 4 performances of the same scene is also great. I'm like tied between those two.
Well, the patrons went with David Carson for Yesterday's Enterprise.
That makes sense.
Might be the biggest winner of all the polls, 68%. No surprise. It's a cinematic episode. I think it is ironic because of the list, he's probably the one that we talk about the least. He didn't direct many episodes this season. I think one other one besides this one. I don't know which one.
Yeah, we have our list of like 3 or 4 names that are like, whenever super name, they pop because of how many times we've seen him. Cliff, Winrick, Les.
Yeah.
Who else?
Robert's one of the ones where when we see him, we go, "Oh yeah, okay." Like, yeah, well, I know that one.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And then to move on here, we have, I think this is the last one for Target Audience Awards. Target Audience's worst take. They got to decide what was our worst take this season. This was fun to see. And there was no runaway winner. There were votes for all the nominees.
Oh, I bet there was.
So I tried to dig deep in what caused the most controversy. These are the 5 I came up with for the nominees. Our worst take this season. Booby Trap, too much technobabble. Captain's Holiday, the last half being the worst TNG so far. Deja Q, Q would know what eating is, and there's too many plot lines. Evolution, Dr. Stubbs is the worst. There's another Dr. Stubbs nomination. And the most toys, Fajo isn't that great, and it's a wasted premise. I will say, of these, I could understand the Captain's Holiday, just someone not having as strong of a reaction as we did. Like, someone just thinking, oh, that was fine.
Yeah.
And not understanding. What about you? These are the nominees.
Yeah. Biggest L.
Oh, yeah, in the description. Yeah, you can read what I put in the description.
Which episode included our biggest L in the season? The winner will be one of the 5 nominees, but put your honorable mention in the comments.
Yeah, more so the first one. Yeah, our biggest L this season.
Our biggest L this season. Okay. I'd say Deja Q because of how I flipped on Deja Q when I rewatched it.
Oh, because you realized. Yeah, okay.
I liked it a bit more.
That's fair. If we change our opinion on something, then that kind of proves that we weren't. I don't even want to say right. I mean, it's an opinion, but just the take wasn't something we stood by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that came close to winning, and the Captain's Holiday also came close to winning, but actually it was the most toys that caused the most disruption for us.
I knew that'd be the episode, yeah.
But it was close. It only got 30% of the vote. But us not liking Saul and thinking it was a wasted premise was our worst take of the season. I'll live with that.
That's fine. I can sleep tonight.
Okay, let's finish it off. We have 3 more TNG-related awards here. These are the 3 big ones. First one, best character development of the season. Which character had the best character development? It was hard to limit this one to 5. These last 3 awards, it was hard to nominate, but we have Data, Deanna Troi, Geordi LaForge, Wesley Crusher, and Worf, who had the best character development in this season.
No Riker?
He didn't make the list, no.
Okay.
And here's my opinion on that. All of his character development is in the second half of one episode.
That's true.
So I didn't think that was enough
That's
for
true.
the whole season.
Okay. Worf.
Yeah, I would say Worf as well, and he ran away with the vote, 57% for Worf. Obvious, I mean, sins of the father, right? But then the whole season, the enemy, just so much in this season. He was great. Mm-hmm. Data came in second. Data, with Lal, he has experiences. It's hard for an android to have development, but yeah, he's up there. And moving on, best one-liner. This could be either a comedic one-liner or a dramatic one-liner. It was hard to pick 5.
What do you got?
First, I just want to preface this by saying the obvious. Let's make sure no one forgets the name Enterprise. That's a great quote. It didn't make the list for 2 reasons. One, it's just such an obvious pick. It's just kind of like the obvious one. So if you want to say that's the winner, that's fine. But for the purpose of these awards, that's the first reason. Secondly, Picard had another quote that I think hit us a bit harder than that on the emotional side, and I limited it to 1 quote per character. Because if I didn't, Worf would be the whole list. So this is what I have. For Worf, I had, I've been tutoring him. But there's a lot of good ones. There was good tea, nice house.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But I went with the I've been tutoring him. Riker, we have Mr. Worf, fire. Obviously, iconic last line of the season. For Picard, I chose from the bonding. On the Starship Enterprise, no one is alone. I think that's his best line, personally. And especially for someone who his whole character hates kids, and he does that to console a child. Also had to throw in here Lal, thank you for my life. And then Data, this is where I belong. So those are the 5 for best one-liner. What would you say? It can't be shoot him. That wasn't in this season.
On the Starship Enterprise, no one is alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just say, like, that's why you're the captain, man.
Yeah. I'd probably go with the Lol one, but that one's probably right up there, my number 2. But the patrons went with Lol as well. Guest character getting the best one line of the season.
That makes sense, yeah.
All right, we got we actually have a few more. Let's run through them. Best recurring guest performance. So this is the Guinan and stuff. These are people that are not in the main cast, but who had the best recurring. Andreas Kostoulis in The Enemy and The Defector, but I have him down for The Enemy because he's a little bit more involved in that one. The Romulan Commander.
Tomalak?
Tomalak, yeah.
Okay.
John Delancey, Deja Q, Majel Barrett, Menage a Troy, and Whoopi Goldberg, Yesterday's Enterprise.
Gotta go with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I'd go Whoopi as well, and by far that's what the audience went with. Whoopi Goldberg for Yesterday's Enterprise. Good to have an actual Guinan episode where she's not in one scene.
Yeah. More than one scene. That's great.
Best performance of the season as a whole, single episode performance. Brent Spiner in The Offspring, Jonathan Frakes, The Best of Both Worlds, Michael Dorn in Sins of the Father, Patrick Stewart in Sarek, and Patrick Stewart in Yesterday's Enterprise. I couldn't leave either one off the list. I'm going Sarek, Patrick Stewart. Just that one scene alone of him breaking down, I think, is amazing. But overall, the whole episode, I thought he was great.
Yeah, in terms of acting prowess, that's the one. That's the one, in my opinion.
And the patrons went there. This was actually the biggest win. 71% Patrick Stewart in Sarek. And then second place was the other Patrick Stewart in Yesterday's Enterprise. Plays the different version of himself.
Right.
All right, we got one last award, and then there are a few Discord awards I want to shout out. We're not in the Discord, but the people in the Discord did some of their own that were kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
But best character. This is just character of the season for season 3. Who was the best character?
Okay.
Data, Jean-Luc Picard, William Riker, or Worf?
Worf.
I think I would agree, but by far the winner was actually Jean-Luc Picard. And I think the reasoning most people gave in the comments was this is when Picard became Picard, was this season. First season Picard, old man Picard. Second, he was just kind of all, didn't really do anything much. And this one, he had those scenes, he had those moments, so I get it.
I will agree. This is, especially episode 2, like, Picard's here. This is who he is. This isn't just the captain. This is Hooper. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it.
So those are the TNG Season 3 awards. I hope you guys liked that. We'll do the same thing next season. Like I said, it was open to all patrons, even free patrons. So even if you don't want to have a subscription, sign up over there for free. You get some cool stuff, even some free reactions once in a while. Here's what we had over on the Discord. So Alex and I are not in the Discord that the patrons are in because they go in there to do all their spoiler talk that they can't do on the Patreon. So there's a bunch of them over in there that have a good time, I hear. And this is the awards they had. I'm going to rip through these. But they had the biggest missed target audience expectation, meaning they thought we were going to think one thing, but we're wrong about what we actually ended up thinking.
Okay.
And real quick, nominees were Who Watches the Watchers. They thought was really good. We didn't think it was, we thought it was good, but not. They put it was immortal. The Bonding is cringe was their expectation. They thought we thought it was going to be cringe. You don't know us at all. Or I think this was also their opinion of the episode as well. You guys can clear that up if you're in the Discord. I think this was also somewhat their opinions of it. The Defector is mid. No shot. Who cares about a matter of perspective? That is expected. And Deja Q is hilarious. Most of the comedy fell flat for me. The winner, though, is a matter of perspective. Who cares about a matter of perspective? And I understand that.
Okay.
Another one, best recurring character of season 1 through 3. So not in the main cast, but a recurring character. I'll just say the winner, upfront runaway, was Chief O'Brien. I tried so hard to find an award to nominate him for. I'm like, I can't bump anybody out in any of those. But for the whole 3 seasons so far, yeah, the other ones were Commander Tomalak, Q, Guinan, and Loaxana Troy. Chief took that one.
The Chief. We haven't mentioned the Chief once this entire stream.
Favorite score that isn't Best of Both Worlds. I'm assuming that means because Best of Both Worlds would win. The winner was The Defector. As long as it's not Tin Man, I agree.
I wish I could remember scores. Like, the only scores I vividly remember are Hans Zimmer, Christopher Nolan movies. You know what I mean? Like the Oppenheimer theme, the the Interstellar theme, like those stick out of my brain. But like the themes in these episodes don't stick out to me as well as those. I mean, granted, those scores are for like feature blockbuster major films and are like spectacles. Where like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Last one I want to shout out from the Discord. I wanted to do this as an award, but we had so many. Best stunt in season 3.
Oh, I know what it is, but go on.
They got Worf and Transfigurations.
Oh, who would have thought? Yeah.
Geordi's role in Best of Both Worlds. The Geordie roll.
Yeah.
The face slam into the bar in the bar fight in Sarek.
Okay. Yeah.
Data getting knocked on his ass by the force field in the most toys when he runs up to him and gets blasted back.
That's true. Yeah.
And then Wesley having a deep voice in Best of Both Worlds. The winner by far was actually not the Worf one that came in second. It was the face slam into the bar in Sarek.
Really?
It was a brutal stunt, but it was just like a nobody. I mean, I don't even know. It wasn't like a named character or anything. It was just a guy. I mean, he did well. I loved it.
Okay. Yeah, but that Worf bump was insane.
Yeah, it got one less vote than.
And not only did it show like Worf falling, I mean, granted, it wasn't all one take, but it showed like Worf like hitting the ground. Like that's nuts. Like usually, like in I know Dawn of the Dead, when I think Tom Savini like fell over the top, like in the back behind the scenes footage, you see him like fall into like a 8 or 9, not an 8 or 9, but like 30 like cardboard boxes put together. But
Yeah.
no, granted it was probably from like a 4, maybe 2 or 3 foot drop.
Yeah,
Puh.
yeah.
But still, but like the editing made it look like, oh,
Yeah, it's probably just like a thin mat.
yeah.